Howdy, Heroes Hearth. This is Kyle Fergusson from Into the Nexus podcast, and I don't have time for a video greeting with my face on it. We are going to teach you how to play Yrel in as short a time as possible. You want to play Yrel because she's brave, she's invincible, she's top tier solo lane if you have the game knowledge to execute on it, which is part of that being brave part, and we'll get to that later. I had to have this spelled out for me. It is all well and good that there's a lot of Yrel strategy guides about late game talents, even playstyle. Let's get down to the basics. And first thing you have to admit about Yrel is that she has a really nice auto attack. There's something about this animation, particularly that twist that just happens, that makes me think otherwise. It is a little slow, but numbers wise, it's doing really good damage. Take a look at this chart. This is auto attack damage at level 1. Yrel is sitting right there below Deathwing, above Alarak, Greymane. That is a good auto attack. You need to weave these in to be successful. Take a look at this health chart. Yrel's health is sitting below Deathwing, right above Johanna. You need to be brave and take advantage of the health pool you have. So why is this important? Why is the fact that Yrel has a really good auto attack and health pool going to matter for her playstyle? This gets confusing because the level 1 pick, Dauntless. Everybody talks about it. Basic abilities grant Yrel 50 physical armor for 2.5 seconds. And they also say you should always have it up. So your thought is going to be that you're a spellcaster of some kind. You're going to jump in, and you're going to watch that armor go, and right as it starts to fade, you're going to cast another spell, and you're going to keep that armor going. That's bad. That's horrible. That's not how you're going to successfully play Yrel. We are actually going to successfully win our solo lane and our late game backline engagements because we are going to auto attack and use our trait. So let's work through this in layers and just talk about what a basic Yrel solo lane engagement looks like. You are going to engage with Avenging Wrath. You leap to a location, dealing damage, and slowing by 50%. This is a really nice amount of damage for 65 mana on your kit. The growing circle here is only range. You get no additional benefit from reaching full charge. So, to deal full damage, you can jump immediately on your lane opponent, or the lane itself. And since the damage is good, we can use this as a form of lane clear. Next, once in, we are going to calmly attack. And we're going to get 2 of those out before we hit our trait and go into Q, using our trait. Alright, so Divine Purpose, activate to instantly charge one of Yrel's basic abilities at no mana cost. Q unleashes holy energy around Yrel, dealing damage and healing you. This damage and healing is increased at max charge. So, by landing, auto-attacking for Dauntless duration, and then trait, Vindication, we are maintaining that Dauntless physical armor, while also doing AoE splash and helping clear the lane, hopefully hitting that enemy hero and forcing them out slowly, as we are regenerating health with our armor. We are looking for an engagement. We are fighting our solo lane. We jump in. 1, 2. Trait heal. 1, 2. Pretty simple. Did you notice how Avenging Wrath was ready to go again at the end of that nice, calm engagement? Well, we do it again. And again and again. That's the secret. And then 1, 2. Trait heal. 1, 2, probably a little reposition. Slam, 1, 2. Vindication costs 65. Righteous Hammer costs 65. Avenging Wrath costs 65. All of these have the same costs. And we haven't talked about Righteous Hammer because that is a knockback. It is a stun at full charge, and we use that in very particular moments in our solo lane in order to avoid channeled abilities. Hit you with a certain mark that might be present. You know, solo lane stuff. If you go getting too excited and spending these spells all willy-nilly, you're gonna run out of mana. You will be forced out, and you've lost any advantage you had being Yrel the Invincible because you don't have any mana to be invincible with. Let's just take a moment to say why Yrel's current build is so rigid, and when you hear a build from Yrel, there's often only one answer. Dauntless here, physical armor works on towers, it works on the lane, it works on Kael'thas auto attacks. Physical armor is how you're going to get up to the absolutely ridiculous things that Yrel gets up to in a game. Being aggressive, living in the back line. And I'm still not ready to get into the build because there's a long way to level 4. You need to be winning, or at least surviving, your level 1 solo lane matchup. So let's talk about matchups here and now. Solo lanes, Yrel will win. I'm not going to say should win. We're going to talk in absolutes here because you need the confidence to do the combo I just showed you over and over again on your opponent with no questions asked. You should beat Thrall based on physical damage. Even if he's going Rolling Thunder, shouldn't matter. Ragnaros, stay out of the middle of the lane. Don't let him heal on you and the lane at the same time. Varian, we're pre-4. Just jump on his face over and over again. His auto attack isn't going to do anything. Falstad, Greymane, Raynor, Zagara. Oh no, they're going to poke you the whole time. No, they're not. Because you're going to charge Avenging Wrath in a bush. And it's going to look something like this. Charging, slam, auto attack, Dauntless falls, auto attack. And then maybe we're just ready for more. Maybe we have to use a W to disconnect a Falstad Lightning Rod. That's not a big deal. We have a free heal. We should be stealing all these orbs. Full confidence ahead. Now we have to acknowledge the matchups that Yrel loses. That doesn't mean she can't freeze, that she can't be creative with her hammer and eke out a win. If you engage blindly, as we just did on Thrall, Ragnaros, Raynor, you're going to have a bad time. We have to change our play style in the early game. We don't want marks from Malthael. His auto attack touching us is going to cause a lot of damage. Dodge Shroud, don't let him mark you in the first place, knock him back. Rexxar is going to be able to stun you out of your jump towards him, and he's going to take control of the pad for a longer time than you can handle while soaking at the same time. Zul, check if he went Backlash. If he didn't, well, now we can engage normally. Backlash can cause problems. Artanis' shields are just going to have too much uptime if we stand there toe-to-toe auto-attacking him. You want to do other weird things to beat Artanis, like steal his camps with a Righteous Hammer. Chen, you should check out his level 1 talent and see how he's self-regenerating. You may be able to make a play out of there. These are the hard matchups. Acknowledge it. Actually, let's not call this losing. Let's call it instead avoid and clear. Yrel has really good lane clear on Avenging Wrath as well as trait Q. So instead of hammering it out, literally, with the enemy solo laner, clear their lane because you have superior lane clear and have the collapse help you push them out. This is very apparent when you're fighting Deathwing, who has very limited energy in order to clear a lane. You don't want to go toe-to-toe. He might be regenerating with talents and auto attacks. Artanis has horrible lane clear. If you take out his lane faster, he has to retreat. That gives you time to go do other things, and stops him from being able to go take camps. And lastly, we have skill matchups, which is a good way to say you can outplay your opponent if you're very creative. Remember, Yrel's limiting factor is her mana pool, so we need to make very effective use of our Righteous Hammer if we're going to put an additional 65 mana into the enemy. Charge up full and stun Sonya out of Whirlwind. Dahaka is going to be a little avoid and clear, knock him around. Just don't jump in a straight line and play directly into the drag in tower range. Wiggle around Leoric. See if you can dodge Drain Hope. If it hits you, knock him back with a hammer. Imperious, did he go burn the Impure? Probably shouldn't go toe-to-toe when he's got Molten Armor active. You have a hammer for 65 mana. We could even rename this Know When to Hammer. Assertion. Confidence. Only 5% of the player base is even brave enough to take Yrel in game. Don't forget your opening combo. Quick E. Auto attack. Auto attack. Trait Q. Auto attack. Auto attack. Nah, you were too slow. Practice it again. Quick E, auto attack, trait Q, auto attack, and then we might get creative with a W. That's all you need. Those are the basics. Let's live in the back line. Let's make it happen. Does this take a lot of practice? Of course it does. Will you be driving someone else's Ferrari, always told how you're not as good as some GM Yrel? Well, yes. But you want to be awesome, don't you? Yrel is absolutely worth the work, and with her self-healing and her armor, you can learn her in quick match. It's not a Malthael situation where you need good support and you're never going to learn the lessons you need for Storm League. There's a lot of diving and ridiculousness in quick match, and that's exactly what Yrel is really good at. Diving and being ridiculous. Good luck out there. Thanks for watching. Let me know what tips helped you lock into Yrel in the comments below. I was Kyle Fergusson. Be sure to like and subscribe at this channel on your way out, and be sure to ring that bell.